You might have noticed that I changed the name of our channel. So, still the same people, Rob and Avis. Nothing's changed about that. We're still overlanding. Nothing's changed about that. But we're not just doing overlanding. Avis and I, we've been kind of hiking off and on our whole lives and don't really share that side of ourselves too much. And I figured it might be fun to start sharing some more of that kind of content. And I just was like, the Overland V1.0, I don't know if it makes a ton of sense with that. So I started hunting around for a new name and we came up with Primal Moments, which from talking to my friends here and there, they all seem to like it a little bit better anyways. Anyway, we are, what are we doing today? It was the Mokaac?
Yeah.
It's a weird one to pronounce.
M-O-K-A-A-C. Mokaac?
Mokaac.
The two A's should make it long, right?
Yeah.
Mokaac.
I'm not sure.
I'm not really sure.
Phonics isn't my thing.
Well, it's not an English word.
Yeah. Not a super long hike. I think based on all trails, it should take us about 3.5 hours. I am carrying the camera, so that's gonna probably make it take a little longer, unless we're moving faster than the average person. I don't know, to be seen. But I'm looking forward to going out and seeing what's out here. This is out on the Arizona Strip, which is kind of in our backyard here in St. George. So it's not super far from home. And there's a lot of good stuff out here in the Arizona Strip. I think we're gonna start doing a lot more exploration of this area this year. Try to stay a little closer to home and just see all the goodness that's out here. So I guess let's get some miles down.
It's cold. I gotta get warm.
So pretty much right after you leave the trailhead, the hike just starts a pretty decent elevation gain, kind of right out of the gate. So definitely starting to get a little warm in this jacket, but I'm gonna keep it on a little longer because I'll probably be putting it right back on when we start coming down again. The weather has not been great here in St. George this month. It's not been raining or anything really. It doesn't really rain here that much, but the temperatures have sucked. It's been getting the lows in the low, I don't know, 20s to mid 20s at night, and then it warms up to like 50, maybe mid 50s during the day. However, today where we're at out here in the Arizona Strip, we're a little bit higher in elevation, so it's gonna be a little chillier. It was 41 on the Tacoma when we pulled in here, and we're I don't know, what do you think for the high today? It was mid 40s, maybe 50. We'll see what we hit. We're not far from the trailhead just yet. The road we came in on is right out there. I don't know if you can see it. And the Tacoma, you can see it. There's the trailhead parking right out there. So just kind of give you an idea what this guy is about, and you can kind of get a feel for how much elevation we've gained already. The road down there we came in on. Although it's been a little undulating.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's kind of flat right here. So it's been
upward trend.
Maybe upward trend. Yeah, kind of doing a little bit of this. Well, I'm glad I decided not to take my jacket off. The trail actually has now gone downhill. So we were going up, now we're going back down, losing a bunch of elevation gain. And this little leg we're on right here, the trail's kind of like a lollipop in a way. It has like the lollipop stick goes out, and then you come back the same way, and then there's a loop we're gonna jump on and come around. So we're gonna have to come back up this. But for now, I am not regretting having my jacket on still, because Heart rate's coming down, walking downhill. That's mile 1 down. About a 23-minute mile there. Not blazing fast by any means, but I'm also screwing around with the camera, talking to the camera instead of walking slower than I would be otherwise. And you know, doing stupid stuff like setting it up, walking by it, you know, all the goofy YouTube filming things that we do. Avis had something in her shoe. Did you get it? What was bothering you?
I don't know. Remember a long time ago we did a hike with a bunch of stuff that got stuck to our socks?
Is that like the foxtails?
Yeah. I think it was something like that.
That was in California or something, I think we were hiking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do remember that.
I think it was still like weaved into my sock.
Yeah. Those foxtails on that hike, man, they were like in my boots for so many hikes after that. And yeah, I kept having the same thing. They'd stab me to stop and pull them out. Those are not good. What'd you find?
A rock.
A rock.
It's pretty on the top, sturdy on the bottom.
The camera never does it justice, but this is going to be fun coming back up. It's pretty steep coming down here. We're definitely starting to lose a lot of elevation gain, and I'm just now realizing basically what this trail is doing, at least this first section of it is, we left the trailhead, had some elevation gain up over this way somewhere, and then we started losing a bunch of elevation gain, and we're just going down, 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 well below where we're parked. So we're basically, the road that we came in on is out there, and it looks like the trail, you know, goes up to that road. We hit the road, we're gonna turn around, come back up this. I believe we have reached the lowest point on this hike now. It's getting hot again. How am I getting hot walking downhill?
Yeah, that was like a wind tunnel.
Yeah, it was pretty windy through there, and I don't know if that was making me hot, but it was steeper than it. You know, I think even walking down steep stuff can be a little strenuous.
Yeah.
So I think what looks like we're about to do is start gaining a little bit of elevation again, just back up here to the road, which is pretty close. We're pretty close to the road. And then we'll turn around and start the march all the way back up that after we get up here to the road. Just clicked off mile 2. Mine could have been a little bit back that way because I've been screwing around with the camera, all that sort of stuff, and that adds just a little bit of mileage running back and forth with the camera. And time-wise, let me see here. So that was about a 27-minute mile, But that included me screwing around with the camera. I'm not stopping my watch for that stuff. And Avis messing with her shoe. And so I don't know. Give us 5 or 6 or 7 minutes for that one. We're getting close to the road. Maybe 50 yards on this side of me over here, but the trail's going around, but not too much further. Less than a quarter mile. We reached the lollipop stick turnaround point on this. So there's the road. I think this is County Road 5. And then the Tacoma's up that way. I don't know, a mile, you think? 1.2 miles. Why do you say that?
Last year earlier, I noticed we were parked 1.2 miles away.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Avis says about 1.2 miles, she believes, based on the map when we were navigating out here. Okay, I might go ahead and lose the jacket. It's cold right here. I feel chilly, but I know as soon as we get down, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till we get down. How about that?
Okay.
Sounds good?
Sure.
Let's wait till we get down, and then I'm gonna lose the jacket because it's gonna be a pretty brutal climb up. It's the what?
The middle trailhead.
Middle trailhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
2.2 miles to the southern trailhead, I guess. 3.1 miles.
So that seems about right. Is that the southern trailhead must be where we jumped on this little leg?
No.
Yeah, because we're about two something miles. Well, that's from the trailhead where we parked, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I'm just out here walking, man. We reached the, or I shouldn't say we reached, we have not reached the top, but at least we got that really steep section under our belt. And now I think it's just more of a gradual climb up till we get back to the lollipop part of the trail and go out on that loop that goes around. So hopefully it won't be quite as brutal as coming up that going forward. But it's good for the lungs, good to get some miles under our feet and some steep, some hard miles. I like it. That is mile 3 down. That mile took us 32 minutes. It included the steep uphill section and we screwing around with the drone. So again, I don't know, give me 5-10 minutes, something in there for filming activities. You can see it over my shoulder back there. That is Pine Valley. It's pretty far away from here, but you can see the mountain. And that's Burger Peak. and Signal Peak up there. And last fall, Avis and I climbed that. It was it's one of these trips. I didn't take a camera, didn't do any of that, and that's part of the reason I'm kind of rebranding our channel a little bit, because I want to start sharing more of that stuff. It was an epic hike. We did it as a day hike. I know people do it both ways. People do it as an overnight and a day hike. We did it as a day hike. Took us, what was it? It was like 6.5 hours. It wasn't really that bad time-wise. I thought we were actually moving a pretty decent pace, all things considered. But it has about 3,500 feet of elevation gain, maybe a little more than that, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it was about 13 miles round trip, 13 and a half, 13. All trails lied. They said it was shorter than that, but we both on our GPS watches got about 13. So it was a brutal hike, but it was beautiful. I want to get up and do it again, and maybe this summer. And next time we'll take the camera. It should be really nice up there in the summer. I think the peak is about 10,500 feet, so the air gets a little thin. We have arrived at the lollipop portion of the lollipop. So I think we're done with the stick, and now we're gonna set out on this loop that goes around. And yeah, you double checking us, Avis?
I'm just looking.
Got my trusty navigator right here, making sure we have confirmed we're on the right route. And now making our way out on the loop. Just clicked off mile 4, and that one was about 25 minutes. Isn't it amazing how we go a little quicker when I'm not screwing around with the camera? Avis loves it. It's her favorite part.
What's my favorite part?
Me screwing around with the camera and slowing us down.
Oh, that's great. Code on, code off. I don't know.
She, yeah. Avis, it's no secret. She'll tell you this herself. When we get out hiking, she gets a little whiny.
A little whiny.
Okay, maybe a lot whiny. I was trying to be kind.
Like a professional whiner.
And usually, you know, a quarter, halfway into the hike, her attitude starts to change a little bit. So stay tuned.
I would not hold my breath for that today.
Yeah, she's predicting that won't be the trend today. Okay. Well, regardless, you're out here. Be happy about it, Avis.
I'm dieting and I feel weak.
Yeah.
And bad.
Avis and I both, I need to lose some weight. I've been saying that on this channel for years. And I'm definitely trying to get more serious about it. I do plenty of exercise. We get lots of exercise. But it's, you know, it's the kitchen that's a problem for me. So Avis, for those of you who may not know, was a personal trainer at one point. I mean, she still is, but not actively. She doesn't do that anymore professionally. But she has all the skills. So she's been whipping up an eating plan for us, and I've been back on reduced calories and such, and so is she. So this is our first hike getting out since we started that, and it's been not too far, about a week and a half since we started that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're kind of in the, you know, that part when your body's like, what do you mean you're not giving me as many calories as you once were? Whoa, I almost slipped there. So this hike's a little bit of a trudge.
Fear not, I have emergency tuna.
You got emergency tuna, yeah. Well, I have some carbs with me that are on my plan, so we won't eat anything today. It's not on our plan, but I brought some carbs that I'm allowed to have. So Oh, and some almonds. I have some almonds too.
Oh, did we go left here?
I don't know. There's a trail sign. Let's see. Avis has confirmed. Left here at that sign, if you're following along. Okay.
Okay. So we've done north and middle.
Oh, okay. There's a sign behind us. I didn't even see that.
And now we're doing south.
All right. North, middle. Now we're heading south. Got it? Good. The south side is definitely more of a trail. Over on that north and middle section, it was you know, more like an old Jeep road, which there's signs up, you can't drive on it, but there's definitely an old Jeep road, and this is definitely just a hiking trail. So feeling a little more like a proper hike now.
Decided to have a snack. Fruit jerky. This stuff is really good, actually.
Where do you buy that at? Was that like Trader Joe's or something? Where'd you get that?
I get them at Harmon's here in St. George.
Okay.
I do think I found one at Trader Joe's, but usually I just get them at Harmon's. There you go. What does it say? You just ate one whole organic banana with dark chocolate. Oh, I've never had one this cold before.
One thing about this hike is I don't think you're ever in much danger of getting lost out here. The road, we're kind of paralleling it. I know you probably can't see it on the camera because there's no cars driving on it, but it's right there. I don't know if you can see the guardrail up there. So, I mean, I think at most we've been 3/4 of a mile from the road, and the rest of the time we're pretty close to it, just kind of paralleling it. And I know up here somewhere, from looking at the map, we're going to cross the road again. You can get on the other side, I believe.
Your pack is above my eye line. You're standing uphill for me.
Yeah. All right. Avis dug my Cheerios out of the back for me.
Joyfully.
Joyfully. Yeah, she was super joyful about it. She didn't complain at all that it was too tall for her to reach and that I needed to stoop down. There's absolutely none of that going on.
Did you stoop down?
I did stoop down. But I'm standing uphill from her, so from her perspective, it still wasn't quite good enough. I don't know. She's keeping with her word to stay grumpy on this hike.
Just having an off day.
I'm about to have some yummy carbs. So I'm probably going to be in a better mood than I am now, which is hard to believe because I'm in a great mood.
Yeah. I'm so happy for you.
I don't normally eat like a horse out of a feed bag, but I don't dare ask Avis to hold the camera right now, so I can get some footage of me eating. So there you go. This is what you get. Just crossed mile 5, and I forgot to see. Let me see. I don't know what the split was. Did your watch tell you the split yet? Yeah, my mile 5 is a little bit ahead of Avis because I run back and forth with the camera here and there. So I don't know what the split was. I can tell you We've been out here for 2 hours and 15 minutes so far, and 5 miles. So that's pretty slow. What's always interesting to me is Avis and I do a little trail running here and there too. We'll go out and knock out 5 or 6 miles in an hour. And, you know, obviously this is much slower, but we're carrying more weight. We're walking. The elevation gain is a little more brutal than what we normally run on. We're at about 1,200 feet of elevation gain so far. And this section one right here is a pretty good slug. Is that the word I want to use? Sludge, slug, something like that. Up this thing. As you can probably tell by my breathing, well, I'm trying to eat Cheerios and not choke on them because I inhaled one down my lung. The grade has really kicked up right here, and I'm not surprised by that, seeing how low or far below the road we were, knowing that we got to come back up here and cross it. So I guess this is the pain point to get back up to the road. Man, brutal. Okay, made it to the top of that brutal climb, and we're now back out to the road. And I think we see the marker on the other side of this road, right up here by this corner. I don't think I've even noticed that trail there. I mean, we've driven by here a bunch of times. I don't think I ever noticed that trail marker over there, but there it is. I see it. You notice it?
No, but in clarity, how fast do you think you're usually coming around this corner?
I am doing exactly the speed limit, whatever that is on this road.
I don't know what it is, but it's a nice clip.
So is it 1.8 back to the middle trailhead? That's where we're going, maybe?
I think so. I don't think we're going quite that far because of where we parked.
All right, so I guess we have left the south trailhead and we're now on the middle trailhead again, which we were on before, right?
But on the other side.
Yeah, we were on the other side. I don't know if it's all the same.
So I think there's a middle loop, and then there's from the loop you go north or south.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know. Whatever.
I'm suspicious. We'll see. I'm not looking at the map. Avis is, but it's probably going to be a lot more downhill now. I think we're just about at the highest point
Yeah, I don't see much up
on
above
this
us.
hike. Yeah. So I think it's going to get a lot easier from here.
I thought we were going around a peak based on the map.
My predictions that we were done with the elevation gain apparently was wrong. As we again have a little bit of elevation gain going on here. Not as severe as what we were seeing over there, but it's still elevation gain.
top of our elevation.
All right.
We should go trending down from here on out.
It just says we've reached the high point now, finally. So, all downhill from here.
Well, ish.
Downhill-ish. She's backtracking.
No, no.
Ish. It's a definitely a downhill trend.
It's Utah.
Yeah.
There will be short bursts of up.
One thing Avis and I joke about Utah all the time is it feels like there's nothing flat. You're either going up or down, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
I know that's not completely true, but man, it sure feels like when you're out here doing this kind of stuff. Got some darker rocks here. I don't know much about geology at all, so I can't tell you what they are. Some kind of, is that basalt? It's very helpful.
Dark rocks.
What's that?
It's a dark rock.
Dark rocks, yeah. Geologically, professionally geologically speaking, these are dark rocks.
Dark rocks.
Elevation wise, we're at about 5,300 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood, so not really that high elevation. Although I sure feel out of breath, and that's because I'm out of shape right now.
Look,
I'm in shape, but I'm out of shape,
white rocks.
and I'm hungry. The Cheerios were good, but you know, I probably burned way more calories than that on this hike so far. Just crossed mile 6 on my watch, and that was about a 31-minute mile roughly. And we're at about 2 hours and 46 minutes into this hike here. So I don't know what is the estimate. It was like 3.5. We might actually be on target for that, even with our screwing around, going slow, and stopping and eating, and flying the drone, and using the camera. And we're not doing so bad.
I'm getting cold again now.
Yeah, it is definitely getting cold. It's cold up on this ridge we're on. The wind is not being slow. What's it doing? What's your estimate, Avis?
I don't know.
How hard is the wind blowing?
Hard enough to make me cold.
Yeah, it's honestly probably not that bad, but I wouldn't be surprised if you told me it was 10 or 15 miles an hour. Those of you who happen to see our Pacific Northwest trip we put up on YouTube from this summer know that we had a guy that we came across out on the beach in Oregon. It was in a side-by-side rollover and losing a ton of blood. And thankfully, where it happened was pretty close to our camp. And we were actually out walking on the beach when it happened. But we were able to get, somebody gave Jared a ride back to camp. And Paul too, right? I think both of them. Paul ran. Jared got a ride on a four-wheeler. Anyways, long story short, they were able to pretty quickly retrieve a tourniquet. And I was able to kind of help this guy and get the bleeding to stop. He severed the main artery in his arm. And he was bleeding out. I mean, it was crazy. I'd never seen somebody bleeding that much. And I firmly believe he did not have lived by the time help got there if we hadn't got that bleeding under control with a tourniquet. So after that happened, I really kind of started thinking a lot more about making sure I have good stop the bleed kit, you know, on me at all times when we're out doing this stuff. I mean, I've always got one in the rig, and I always carry something when we're hiking, but I didn't really have a fully outfitted, high quality stop the bleed kit. And so I went ahead and took care of that after that Oregon trip, and that's how I ended up with this. So this is a Hill People Gear chest pack, and I've got it loaded up with a bunch of medical supplies and stop the bleed stuff. And the reason I like this is because it's separate from my pack. I mean, yeah, I could throw all the stuff in my pack, but it's separate from my pack, meaning if I take my bag off, or I don't know, you know, whatever, right? Like, I take my bag off for some reason and wander away from it, I still have this on me. And if something crazy happens, you know, I've got a way to help myself or somebody else if I need to. And it's also kind of nice if you're doing just maybe you're just going to only do 30 minutes from camp or something, and you don't need to take water and a backpack and extra clothes and all the other things that we're carrying in our packs. Maybe I just need this, right? I got my stop the bleed kit. So Avis, she's trying hers out. She's had it since I got them last year too, but she hasn't really used it. So she's trying it out today. She doesn't have any medical supplies in hers. We had the whole same stop the bleed kit for her that I have, but she's just trying to try it out, see if it's something she thinks is going to work for her. It's I find it to be pretty comfortable. And then the other kind of nice thing about it is it has a pocket for a pistol in there, and not so much I don't think there's too many things out here that are gonna eat us where we're at today, but you know, when we're out in kind of areas where you do have some bigger predators, it's nice to have a decent pistol with you. So I generally carry a 10 mil, and we've got a number of 10 mils, but my kind of go-to these days has been a FN 510. So that's I guess a all-around care kit. Got potential self-defense mechanism, and also a way to stop the bleed if the worst happens.
I'm carrying tuna and a pocket knife.
Ava says tuna and a pocket knife in hers, and your phone.
Yeah, I'm
Hey, that works. Whatever. All Trail says we're about a half mile from the car, the truck rather, and I don't know if you can make it out on camera. There's the Y in the trail. So what we did when we left the vehicle, we went out that way, and then we walked all of this down back around to the road, and then we came back all of this, and then we came up over here and hiked all up through there, across the road somewhere over there, came back across the road, kind of around, and then we're right here. So we're almost there. According to Avis's watch, we just crossed 7 miles in 31 minutes for that mile on her watch. So I am a little bit over that. I am, let's see, yeah, I'm about 7.3 miles. So I've had a little bit more mileage than her running back and forth for the camera. but not too much. I guess that would add up over a much longer hike though. All right, and we are pretty much back down to the road. Right here. It. And there's the Tacoma. So pretty much back. All right, Avis. What'd you think of the hike?
It was fine.
That's it? That's all your enthusiasm?
That's it. My attitude did improve after food. I think I just needed more food this morning, but it's not my favorite kind of a hike. I like to go up and see something spectacular and then come back down.
Yeah, I agree. I guess I'm not spectacular enough for her up there. I don't know. What are you gonna do? I'm getting older. Can't help it.
You know what I meant.
All right, we can get these hiking boots off, get the truck warmed up, and get out of here, I guess. I know this is a little different than the stuff we've been doing, but I'm hoping to have a good mixture of, yeah, hiking, overlanding, maybe some cycling. I don't know. Yeah. Just gonna share outdoor stuff. We're just share primal moments.
Trail running? Oh, that
trail running? Oh, maybe some trail running. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to warm up a little bit for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I had a good time, and I think we're gonna go home, eat some food. I might get in a hot tub and yeah, get warmed up, a little chilled to the bone, and that'll help. Yeah. So thanks for following along. See you on the next one.